get off of these faces and get into the game. There it is. Let's have a little peek as to what's been going down. Hypoc, your thoughts leading into this? I know you guys kind of had a quick chat on the desk about it. You kind of talked through it. Anything that's standing out to you now?
I'm surprised to not see a big adjustment in terms of the composition here, but I'm waiting to see what Liquid do with this, right? And how they decide to take control. Because, again, eyes go towards Scream and Soulcast, right? Soulcast had a fantastic map 1. Magnum actually going to be creeping out here, getting a little overzealous and fishing for that information, and actually going to follow up with the Owl Drone here. So Liquid with a good opportunity to find themselves an advantageous fight on A site.
Oh, I like this push up from Bosa though. That's a really great reaction. He got noted towards Lamps, and he knew that Sky could maybe clear that. The smokes were there. He kind of leaned closer to it, brought that frenzy to a great range. And now the 3 players for Liquid are maybe leaving themselves a little bit vulnerable here. Doma wants in on the action too, gets a bit aggy on it. And look at FNATIC, this is really nice fights being taken by them. I was worried after that first pick that maybe they've got the tempo wrong on it a little bit, but no, lovely recovery between Boaster there.
It's great as well because both teams pause after that. The Owl Drone comes through showers, and actually Boaster, I guess that internal clock, right? It's like, yeah, there's going to be 2 posted up, right? The Owl Drone's going to be protected by 1 more. Straight away pivots on to be aggressive on short, and he's rewarded massively for it. Finds the 2 key stakeholders, right, as part of this execution on the pistol round, which is Soulcast and Scream.
Oh, spot on. Wow, love a bit of that. Right, what's the buyback in looking like for Liquid? It can't be too much, right? Maybe Sheriff's a Ghost, yeah. No armor, light utility, if any at all. Very, very, very small amount. So, apart from Scream, who's gone in a little, but I mean, again, you're trying to kind of build yourself up, get that ult online as quick as you can, but good start here for FNATIC. So we've got a timeout coming in. Unless I can't count anymore.
Yeah, I've lost the ability to count. All
British
I can think
education
of is 11.
system is poor. You know, like, it's not great. We didn't get set up for life, but here we are.
Here we are talking over video games, Lauren.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
What a crazy world we live in, huh?
Yeah. Chat, how are you doing? You having a good day? You enjoying the games? Who are you feeling's got this one? I don't get to talk to you as, like, you know, directly as we did during the kind of qualifiers to this, but how's the day going? You having a nice day? People are enjoying Lothar's hair. There's a little delay, obviously. You know, we have to, you know, competitive integrity, etc. But people like the hair. People would also like the game to start, and we should have started it sooner. Yeah. But
sounds about right. They're vibing as per usual, then, right?
Yeah. They are deep in their vibes. At this point, though, I'm kind of enjoying the concept of Scream. You know. Look, if aimers really pick up the Marshall and start running with it, it is such a terrifying weapon to play with. Like, I mean, we've all seen TenZ, right? We don't need to sugarcoat the pill. We don't have to pretend it's anyone else. TenZ has made that gun look so viable in most rounds.
In any round.
Yeah. It's just like, well, and I mean, Scream's an aimer, right? Point and click adventure games for this man. Flash through the smoke there. They are fully blind. Fully blind. No escape. Scream's punished. Nice work from Durka there.
Indeed is. Again. Okay.
Ooh, there it is.
Yeah.
Show me the money, Soulcast. Let's see. Let's see what we got. He still got his flash. And best part is, you get it back too. Maybe not in time at this point. 46 seconds on the board. It'd be, you know, kind of late in the day for it. Yampy's now joined him. Everyone's over here. Now we're going to Boaster tucked on the site itself, and then Magnum towards kind of, I guess, elbow on towards that side. So they might be able to get quite close to the side at this point. Let's see what Boaster has ready for this. They're lined up on it. Now the flash already got invested, so they are going to have to just dry peek this lovely angle acquired by Boaster. It's a straight up Kiebi aim, but it's going to be fine. It gets him too. Falls away to the back of the side, leans a little on the teammates to buy some time, but he's getting split from both sides. And Liquid have done well here. Now, if they can get a spike plant, that'd be gorgeous. And God, if they can get the round, even better, but I thought it was going to be unlikely, but Mystic now going to be put to task. Does deal with it well, finds Link, and secures a second, but it was costly.
Was indeed. Fall will fall. So not really an opportunity to ride out the bonus here. Whether or not we see FNATIC lean back into that, maybe just run through with some sheriffs, but damage done on the side of Liquid. And again, I mentioned it briefly, 52%, Lauren. A headshot percent. And he was looking crisp throughout. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to actually see what it comes through, but there was an insane map 1 from Soulcast.
No, it was really solid. And speaking of, you know, Skies, we can't avoid the fact that it's actually Durka on Sky. Yep. I want to see what he looks like on that. I mean, you can put your fraggers towards it these days. That thing, you know, on Sky, you can really create your own pace on it. I've been absolutely destroyed against some really good guys who just feel like they are just able to do everything they want. Soulcast has started to clear towards Hookah. He hasn't completely taken the territory, but he's at least given the fact that there's a player potentially here. Now, I want to see what Mystic does, because there's a time limit on this. He's going to isolate a clean fight, though. Nice work with the utility kit to put Scream in a bad position. And Scream can't do much about that. It's either commit or sit there and just kind of wilt away under the venom. So at this point, we have to look to see what they do with the other 4 players.
Yampi, a guardian of all things. If you can find anything here, as Durka tucked up close in that cubby, and Liquid actually going to drift towards A site here. Now, Magnum giving away lots of sound cues here, stomping away on the breach. They're in a position to slow things down if they decide to push with that fault line, and he will do just that. We're back away unscathed. FNATIC going to try and sit back and try, and actually the flash is perfect here for Doma to swing on through that smoke. Soulcast will fall. The spike will come through nonetheless.
Okay. Let's see how this divides up here. Right, so we've got Yampi kind of... It's not necessarily a one and done, but he's going to have to aim his way out of it. It is going to be just one. I thought, look, it's Yampi. He can swing. That gun's not bad for it either. Can be an aim as paradise, but now there's just 2. Cryptics and Link, and they've been clutch in the past, and they're going to need a little bit of that magic here as well. Numbers favorable, but these retake positions are actually kind of tricky to work with. Yeah, look how favorable that is for Liquid until Doma. Now in the 1v1, just the tap and the headshot. That's the close that he needed. Doma, gorgeous work there.
Beautiful stuff. Again, I talked about this guy. I've loved seeing him develop as a player. Filling out all these different roles for FNATIC. Closes that round out in style. Of all the things to pick up there, you drop the Spectre and find the Guardian, but finds the headshot nonetheless. And FNATIC post their 3rd with a minimal investment. There was questioning whether or not they were going to ride through a couple of pistols, and making, you got to argue, the long play, right, in terms of the economy here and the round score so far. Handled this so well. This retake here, and it all started on the back of Magnum and Doma, right, with that flash through from backside. Really, really well done from them.
Scream's had a rough one so far. It's been a little unfortunate in some situations, but the life of a Jet sometimes. Now I want to see what the plan is. Cryptics, I guess, is the kind of... I was about to say meat of the sandwich. That's not a phrase I'm really going to start working towards. Scream going to set himself up to try and take some space here. But you can already see that the utility is going to, yes, divide and conquer to an extent. It gives them the site, but it does give FNATIC room to play back in. And with them still maintaining shower control, the site's looking quite small here for Liquid to operate under, but I want to see that spike plant go down.
I think actually the toxins run out here, so there's nothing protecting this plant, but Soulcast will find a kill into Mystic nonetheless. Orbital strike invest, that's going to flush out Lamps and Yampi in the process. Soulcast flashes on through, but he's not going to find anything on the other side this time. Doma will respond with his 3rd.
Oof. Blind here, but Cryptics is still the one to keep your mind on, because look at that, the post plant. That's going to be the damage coming in. Annie has the bigger weaponry. Scream just has to keep buying attention. If he can take down one, that's great. That sets up Cryptics for a little bit of success here. Just trying to spam away. Scream does find Doma. Rifle now acquired. Diffuse not coming in just yet. Time is being bought, but now he's going to stick this one. Timing is everything, and FNATIC deny it. And now they can get the Diffuse. Great work again, even though it did come down to the wire.
Remember that there. Just to see where the finances sit. Liquid. I see a couple of ultimates coming online here. Doma leading the charge. Obviously, you know that orbital strike invested in that previous round. We're now up to 8 and 2.
That'll work.
Yeah, well, a comfortable purchase, but I mean, only really Link sitting with anything left here. Soulcast to an extent. Yampi back on that operator. And I'd see a couple of people in chat in particular talking about the operator pick on Sova. So it's definitely a talking point, right? Especially on attack.
Yeah, it's interesting. Oh, this could be nice. Big info found. Yeah, Soulcast is so good on these pop flashes through smokes. And again, it's why we like that Viper combo, but you can do with anything technically, and Soulcast is showing exactly why, and he gets to fall away, still has a flash in the pocket, and one kind of being recharged. Link seems very aware of that possibility, but the timing was good for Doma to at least punish Yampi. Now that's that op kind of removed from the discussion, but look at them trying to re-aggress slightly here. This is good work. It's good ground covered, and Magnum can kind of relay the information. Well, I've not seen anyone, but look how deep they're holding on the other side.
Mystic, flying Link now. Cryptic's gonna swing on through towards Magnum, but we'll get toppled here, and it comes to a 2v2. Durka and Mystic left to try and recover this. Now, still got control of the spike, and the Viper's pick gonna make it even more difficult for Liquid to dig it out of this spot. The Seekers give away the information, but not too much value considering his ultimate's invested here.
Both have flashes. Durka and Soulcast both have flashes to play with on this one as well. You can see Soulcast just treading very carefully where he goes. Now, they do have the spike to hand, but they're going to make a quick run for it. It looks like straight towards B here. Now, of course, TP is there, but they don't know that yet. They're going to be working with, slightly delayed information, as they have to also be very considerate that they could be waiting out. Now, that's the usage of the flash to come through there. Just to see if anyone was on short. They're not, so this could be time to hit those rotations.
Last player standing.
And actually, Soulcast holding the TP rotate there. Durka 30 HP and nothing else to do. What else? A headshot from Soulcast to close things out. Liquid will post their first round here. As you got to say, I mean, FNATIC well set up to hold on to that, to secure that round, really. So, I guess Liquid winning out that war of attrition outside that Showers TP, even after Mystic threw down the Viper's pit.
Money's instantly crumbled, though. Like, look at this. 4-1. Lose one round, and you're right back into things for Liquid. They've got the decent buy, apart from Yampy, who did have the op-out, though, so that's pretty reasonable. On the other side, it's Sheriff, Spectres, and a Judge. Now, look, who am I to doubt the Judge? We've already seen what that thing can do, potentially in the hands of the likes of Yampy in the past. So, Stand Scream going to be the bodyguard. Ensure that all orb gets to be put to the right place. Doma going to get the first contact. Has to fall off that.
Actually, Rolling Thunder, look at this pinch on Showers here. They're looking to get very aggressive. Yampy actually going to find the first one, though. And nothing to do here. Magnum will finally find a kill, but it's all going Liquid's way here. FNATIC down to just Mystic and Boaster.
This could work out. They've had a lot of contact on A. Now, keep in mind, Boaster hasn't been checked on yet. The timing on CT is everything, right? If Link looks back towards Hookah, didn't see him. Great. That's
Boaster
okay.
could pick this up.
Now, I want to see where that spike goes, because he's pushing down, right? So if Cryptics and that Sova kind of give away the game, this is an irrelevant kill compared to the spike. We have to look towards Boaster. What does he do with this information? Now, they're going towards Long. Okay.
30 seconds.
It's a frenzy. It's
man.
not ideal, right? Now, Yampy clears it. Oh, he caught the heals, but Cryptic saw him too. Okay, game over. And now there's a player already in towards Hookah. He has no idea of that. Great work from Link to lean back towards it. Create safe passage for that spike to be ferried towards site.
It's always great to watch around like that and just appreciate just the small elements of Valorant, right? The timing on like 3 or 4 different occasions throughout that. And it could play completely different, but again, diligence on the side of Liquid, kind of negating that risk, right? Reading the fact that FNATIC are going to be on lesser weaponry, maybe a Judge, maybe a Frenzy. Going down Long there is the right decision, right? It's the safe play.
All right, Scream. See what you got here. Ults come around. Is Yampy committing to this choice? I'm interested to see how many times you see him on this now. It's an all-in piece up short. Now, Scream gets his head above water. You can kind of see if anyone's going to be lingering around close by. Even Doggo's going to kind of clear out towards lamps. Nothing's there. Gets a pretty deep clear as well. So, sights up for grabs, and there's the clear towards the back line. So, we're going to be sending those down. Doesn't find anything. At this point, Liquid is being given just a slice of the site. Just a piece. But bear in mind, the Mystic is just around that corner. Scream's got to clear it. Great flash comes in. Oh, he needed one of those knives to come through. And that's devastating. While all this happened, Link's found the perfect timing to strike. Gonna take down Boaster, take down another. Good timing on this again. Mystic walked just ahead of the timing, and FNATIC's answered right back, finding Link and Soulcast. And the spike is yet to be planted.
Was it Soulcast with the spike?
I think so.
Flashed through there. That could be a big slip up.
I don't know if he picked it up by accident, if another player fell and he just kind of, ran with it. I didn't take note, but that is a huge problem. And Doma's positioning here. No one can clear this for free. They may have an inkling, but to do...
left.
Oh, the timing. The timing's not going to work out. Oh, that's unbearably unfortunate. Yeah, the ult can come in. Mystic's going to take himself a cheesy position here, but it's all about timing. Oh, the whiff ain't good. The whiff ain't pretty, but he's got a teammate in Durka. He'll be all right.
A little too much being caught with utility out there in that round for my liking, but nonetheless, the expected outcome after the first blood and the second. Actually, no, it wasn't. Sorry, Link found the first 2 kills there, so it was actually a 3v5 recovery from FNATIC. I misspoke, yeah, it was Soulcast that actually swung through with that flash. He did have the spike originally, because he's the first to fall for Liquid. So again, I guess maybe we could talk about this, maybe one for Lothar on the desk, but this A-site execution just on the back of the Viper wall, right? There's not enough kind of safety to sit behind. Without that Sage wall, for example, they have to fight for control.
Yeah. Yampy, that's quick. Okay, Durka punished. Is that twice now? I think he got picked by the Marshal too at one point. Obviously, little upgrade on this bad boy. Oh, this is gonna be a follow-up as well. Yeah, Magnum can... I guess Jet denying the instant capitalizing on the flash that he would have wanted, but I like FNATIC being proactive. I think that's a really nice look for them, and they're going to take this space and maintain it. And now there's a problem, but a great punish from Soulcast. Again, he's always their way out of trouble. Soulcast is finding them so many opportunities now when their backs are to the wall.
Tough. Again, I hate to say it, Scream having a slow start here on their attacking half once again. See, we touched base with that Blade Saw in the other round here now. Potentially an opportunity to build a bit of a buffer here, Lauren, at least through the home stretch of this first half, their attacking half. And again, you can see a heavy focus on A here. And FNATIC looks like they're trying to get up to something. Scream will find Doma though to open things up.
Yeah, lovely start. Gonna forge open space towards A. Yampy gonna clear out, just making sure they're not walking into a stack, which, well, it will be at this point, but Scream's doing fine here. This is good. This is just a little maybe confidence building, making them feel out the game a bit. Get in the face. There it is. They're doing just fine.
There was a one tap in there somewhere. There was.
And now Magnum. I mean, if he could, I doubt Scream's going to give him an opportunity. Scream should just slip away, keep those rifles, keep building that economy. And there it is. Spike planted. Well done to Liquid to keep this clean. Or at least I'm saying that maybe a little early. But again, it should be kept clean.
One would hope, yes. Magnum just missing the timing there on... There's Link pushing towards him. And whether or not there's a consolation to be made here. Not much else for him to do than look for some damage. Soulcast and Link gonna come through. Actually, the fault line. Look how quick the fault line is now. It's disgusting.
Clean, please.
It honestly.
Oh wait, can we get like, you know, like if we bring in sponsors for the show, can we get like a Mr. Muscle like clean round? You know what I mean? Like rather than flawless.
I like
or
where you're going with that. I
like,
really like where you're going with that.
I've become like, look, I don't. The average age of chat is probably a little too young to be, you know, I guess relating
is Mr.
to this.
Muscle even still a thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But he really was
Yinsu
at the time.
would know. That's like a Yinsu question.
She'd love a bit of that. But I just really want, like, you know, products that I use in my everyday life to be sponsored. You know, like, do I need another mouse? No. But do I need maybe some clean, you know, free cleaning products? Sure. New Hoover? Absolutely. Let's have this conversation. Tesco, Waitrose, Marks and Sparks, you fancy a bit of it? It's all there. Full site execution coming in for Liquid, though. They're going to be heading on through. Boaster has been noted. Careful now, might be getting a free haircut. Scream. Oh.
And he falls to the orbital
It's a
strike.
nightmare. He's had an absolute mare, but luckily the rest of Liquid are just fine. They've taken the site, they've got the spike planted, and they'll be in post-plants. This retake is tricky, but luckily a bit of that utility is going to burn away towards the side on the way back through. Look at Doma, 9 HP. He's barely standing, Hypoc.
That's it. Link's going to slip through inside this smoke here. Mystic not expecting that one, but
Ow!
FNATIC getting all of the kills.
Look at the HP.
Soulcast now 10 seconds away from another flash. Actually, the first comes through. Doma's going to give it to him. The fault line comes through. Soulcast, another headshot from him, clutching out the round for Liquid. what I gotta say, a FNATIC should have been turning that in their favor. Everything went their way in that retake. But Soulcast, man.
No right. No right.
Soulcast.
And look, let's do some real talk for a second as well. I'm so happy to see Soulcast finding some, comfort in this game as well. Because, like, the guy is so good, and he's been running that Sky, and now he's looking like he's hitting that stride, right? This could be the patch for Soulcast to just run away with. Like, give me more of that. If we see him becoming the rock of this team, incredible.
I mean, the go-tos for me, Soulcast is, hold that thought. Actually, a Scream will greet this aggression here and find two, but again, will fall here in response, but not going to make an awful lot of difference here in this round as it plays out now. Liquid in a 4v2. Durka and Boaster left to try and recover something here, but yeah, man, Soulcast previously on the Sky had flourishes of absolute glory, right? With these changes, like I said, effectively, it's like a duelist meets Sova meets, like, Sage, right? It can heal everybody, can flash, and very self-sufficient. This is where I want to see Soulcast find his rhythm.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's gonna be a gun recovered. Yampy still peaks at. That's the mad part for me. Yampy was like maybe 20 HP. He's getting a nice little heal up now. He'll be okay. The brilliance of having a Sky, I guess, right? As you said, it's kind of the full package. You get a little heal in there. It's not everything, but it'll get you back standing. And Yampy gets to fall away, but he took that fight even for a second. Lynx found him eventually. Boaster's not going to get away with any more. But scoreline-wise, we're kind of almost, right back on level pegging here. 6-5.
You know, is again, I got to say it, but we would have expected. I mean, traditionally, FNATIC to be a little more proactive in some of these rounds, at least, especially on their buy rounds. We know what they like to try and choreograph on Bind in particular, but
Don't get in my way.
wait to see what happens on their attack. Viper's bit invested off the rip here on A short. Give a little bit of control, at least in the early round here. FNATIC, and we'll see how Liquid respond to that.
Yeah. First move's been made, right? So does this change the plan? You're gonna have the dog put down from Durka D long. It's gonna. I don't know if it actually noted too much. Again, keep in mind Sky was super deep, kind of behind Fountain. Yeah, Liquid, what do you do with this? You've been presented with a bit of a conundrum, right? It's like, well, part of the map's kind of been denied. Seekers go down. Now, it does indicate one's at long, but that doesn't really give too much as an indicator. Maybe they want to be able to lean a player over, but they already have 3 here.
I mean, it's interesting as well with where that's invested in terms of the position on the map. They're not going to gain a lot of info, right? Because it either goes long or short. It doesn't actually tell you where these players are positioned. Now, on the back of that, Liquid are going to respond perfectly and stack up towards long.
The Aldrone's pulling 2 players. That Aldrone through shower is pulling so many players back over. Breach is over here. Astra's now come on over. Durka, you better be worth your weight in gold. You've suddenly heard an audio cue and you're like, wait, what? That's not what I expected to be coming through here. And here we go. Durka, high flash, but he eats it. Takes another one for good measure. And Soulcast is the better Sky today. Gonna take the space on the side, 10 seconds. They look a little confused. They're like, wait, I thought there was more players here. Wait, no, what? No? Okay. And now, Odd's gonna come down, denies the spike plant. Keep that in mind. This is gonna be done for. Surely there is no way for this to be shut down any longer. No. There it is. A nice attempt, but the ultimate's keeping the round safe.
And this is the thing, again, with Brimstone not being too prominent, right? These late round hits when that orbital strike's available, it buys so much time. If you go for that plant in the last 10 seconds and the enemy Brim has ultimate available, it can literally end the round. So again, Liquid, I gotta say it, not really giving themselves the big win conditions there. I think responding perfectly to the Seekers, right? Like you even called it that Aldrone actually giving away that paranoia was building, right? The Seekers come through, they don't really garner enough information to act upon. But I mean, Liquid played it perfectly. The Aldrone draws the rotation, they stack up towards long. They had a perfect opportunity to come through and take control there, but that one ultimate completely flips the script.
Scream, does he see this? I don't think he sees any of these yet. Okay, maybe just that pixel. Okay, he's seen one. but there's a whole lot more here. High flash comes through and FNATIC are on the way. They've got the site under wraps to an extent. That's a good flash though. Durka can get the 1-for-1 trade out. Magnum finds Cryptic somehow. I do not know how or what. Scream, you lucky boy. The stars have aligned for that one. Dips away on it though. Get the ball. There's the Scream you want to see. And now Magnum knows he's in big trouble here. These angles aren't favorable, but he finds a clean one on Scream. I thought the player in heaven would have been able to maybe see that, but no. Safety found for Magnum, and now problems mounting for Liquid.
I think Scream on a little bit of an island there. Yampy considering waiting for Link to stack up together. Now, still got the fault line and the flash here. Both players noted he might try and hit this TP rotation.
If he can. Now he can with the flash. Knife just drags him back into this. No escaping for you. Wow.
That's a big win there. And again, I'm sure I'll leave it to Lothar. I know he would hate me if I covered it off, but it's really interesting to see, you know, teams here. This doesn't give you a safety net, right? You can't just go for this plant behind the wall because it's so easy to just spam through. If Scream goes unchecked and completely unpressured there, it's so difficult to get this plant off on default.
Whee!
Any T-Tours?
Alright, let's have a look at what we've got here. Now, money-wise, this is probably just a chill round.
Enemy kill.
Yeah, someone brought up Sillet Bang. Oh, you're
Nice.
going like, bang, and the dirt is gone. Oh, there's so much potential
Look how he
here.
gets this penny. You've seen the remix,
gosh.
yeah?
Yeah, that's so good. I mean, Sales, if you want to give us a call, got some ideas. Most are also good ideas.
How's that
There shouldn't
happen?
be, I don't know. There shouldn't be problems here. Yampy's just straight up leaping around the map.
This
We're
is-
fine.
yeah.
It's all good. That was like, for a second, you start waffling nonsense and somehow, you know, you get to
Somehow
see
Boaster's
Boaster.
underneath
Yeah.
heaven with a classic. 10 seconds into the round.
It's just Boaster things, maybe. Ooh. A wild spray. But as it stands, I don't want to say it yet. We haven't really got to the gun rounds. I want to see if we get the third map. Or is it Haven?
Haven was the third. And I again, feel as if this goes the distance, it would have suited FNATIC. I mean, that's what I said initially, but I expected Liquid to take Breeze. Before I saw, you know, composition or, you know, what look we're going to see from both. Obviously, this is going to be the turning point for the series. If the third map is forced. Already, Liquid pulling ahead 2 rounds in the second half. See if FNATIC can really come to terms with this and get a grasp on their attacking half here. Get a slow, methodical start. Again, lots of the things I saw on Breeze. Again, it's always great to see teams plant the seed, right, and start that conditioning very early on in their attacking half. Link posted up with a judge now. Going to be a big problem here, but look at the diligence. Magnum digs it out. The gravity well, actually, from Boaster. Clear out these angles, and Scream now will have to post up.
Yeah, I was a little worried that Durka maybe, you know, he popped both flashes to clear out towards Octagon and not kind of lent into it, but again, you highlighted the diligence and clearing through towards Tuka worked well. But we do see the lean back towards A. Now, we still have the Sky here, we still have the Viper here, so Soulcast is still lingering around. He's still very much on the back lines. Cryptics too, who both had really nice game ones, but they're both stuck in towards lamps.
30 seconds left.
I guess you could whip a flash over the top, yeah, and now maybe the swing? No swing off the back of that, so information, sure, but there's still a player watching this. Magnum has been doing well at this one as well. Look at the angles. Scream, you better know which lines of sight he's going to be open to pretty soon, because as soon as he steps forward, you've got Oh, the timing.
And Scream's actually going to slip through. No way.
Oh, the timing on this. And I'm sure if you're Mystic, you're baffled, but great trade by Magnum to pick up the slack instantly. It's down to the 2. Soulcast was in lamps at the very start of this. A wide swing. He just comes running out of there. I mean, it's the Spectre. You got to make something happen with it. Dome is going to do down Yampy, though, and it's just Soulcast. Now, no upgrade to hand just yet. He's got 3 to deal with, and I don't think he's got a way out.
Doesn't hit. Maybe going to look for another kill, but well handled by Doma. 3 will survive. Now, look for the majority rule there in a round like that, and Liquid not able to do, in my eyes, damage necessary to stop this, but
Your fault.
the time and again, another one of those rounds, like I said, you still appreciate it's just like half a second here and there can really make the difference. And it's not even as if Magnum slipped up there. It's just you know, that internal clock's ticking. It's like, yep, expecting the flank to come through. You know, 1 or 2 players on the other team not noted just yet. You have to check both sides of that flank.
Taking that back.
It's default. Even that flash early on, it's not going to give you much, right? An indicator, sure, but I want to see what Scream does. Oh, he's getting proactive. He's taking a lot of space here. Durka on the other side, and it's like, well, if you're going to take on another player, Durka knows what's up, but he doesn't know anymore. Scream just delivers it to the forehead. Durka's down in the dirt, and now let's look towards that spike, though. Still leaning towards 8. Scream, you feeling this out? He's going to hit that rotation pretty early here.
Piss off.
Soulcast, man.
Spike down A.
Doma and Boaster will fall, and that is Spike in full control here inside Showers. Magnum's managed to slip through the net. Actually past Link here, who once again posted up in Hooker with a judge. Screen will flex out a little bit. Actually might find Mystic, and there we go, landing the shots this time around. Magnum now faced with a little bit
30
decision to make. Hold on to this rifle again. Looking at it, it's a Cosmic Divide and Orbital Strike as well. I'm not sure what the purchase will look like for FNATIC coming back into this, but potentially an opportunity to get something going on a lesser buy with these ultimates available. Obviously, him one away from the Rolling Thunder.
10 seconds left.
Just wait and see Scream activate. And I feel like this is, it's a good start, right? A confidence builder that's not against, you know, it's not an Eco Cobra moment. I feel like some players do respond well to them, but I think Scream, he needs to get that rifle building, maybe even just the ult, just kind of, you know, start feeling out the game a bit, feeling like he gets that rhythm going, and he's definitely showing signs of good work in that round. Beating, you know, Durka in that little 1v1 that he was having. Nice tick in the box. Soulcast's still up there as well. Like, I can't ignore the fact that Soulcast now, 2 maps in a row, has been mad. That was nice there. But on the other side for FNATIC, now, money-wise, let's see where we're at. 1.9 on Mystic. It's a bit... It's not terrible, right? It's not completely terrible. You could fashion something out of it, but maybe this is what the TAC timeout's for. Maybe discuss where their money's at and what they want to start doing with this, because Liquid are about to kind of start closing towards double digits.
Yeah, and that's it's a worrying prospect when you appreciate just kind of, I guess, how delicate the economy here is for FNATIC in the next few rounds. I mean, Magnum down to 17 armor, even if he forces up on the light, nothing else really to do. I think he saves through full util anyway, so looking like FNATIC are going to lean towards purchase here. Link just building up a nice little buffer there, riding the judge into this round once again. And again, I know that the last few rounds, right, they haven't explored Hooker even, right? Other than that round where they did pull him out with the gravity well, they haven't been there since. So
No.
That's something that, again, can almost slip your mind, right? If it's kind of offbeat in terms of the rhythm of the game and expectations of the purchase on the other side, you don't expect somebody on a buy round to just be posted with a judge.
It's true. I guess you're just thinking rifles come out and, oh, a tech to follow up attack? Damn. Okay, fair enough. So where's the grayscale gone? It's missing. Yeah, I think you're right. It'd be interesting to see if Link gets any more for this. I don't know what adjustments FNATIC can really go to here. They've been getting somewhat towards the site.
Yeah, well, I mean, look towards Durka to be the kind of key part of that process, right? Is if they did, obviously without the Raze, we always talk about Raze being the go-to, just, you know, default clear out Hooker on bind, right? The boombot goes through, information gathered, nade behind the box.
4 players on
Happy
A.
days.
Liquid are putting a lot of faith in a judge in the hands of Link. That's 4 players on A, and he's soloing out on B, basically.
Need that back.
It's like the call is like, guys, I'm good for one. Trust me on this one.
Careful there.
Magnum's already pinging it out.
Yep. Seems very aware of this. Now, the thing is, they have no idea of what is beyond this. That is the first piece of the puzzle recovered. Now, if anything gets shown, this is all on the call coming out from Link of, all right, there's too much here. I've heard too much presence. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Hit a rotation, do something. Or they sit purely for retake, right? That's the other option. Now, this is what this guy's good for. Clears out the corners, spots him out. He's got to fall away, give him the space. Seekers come in. Now here come the rotations. It's going to be a heavy B lean coming out from both sides now at this point, with a late lurk coming through middle from the sky, potentially. Eyes on the spike, though. It's going down long. The flash comes through. The divide's already in. The site should be theirs for the taking, unless Yampi gets a little fruity.
Yampi actually body blocks Magnum swinging through there. Kills go in Liquid's favor initially, but Doma and Boaster will respond.
Yeah, but look at this split now coming in. Boaster needs to do some serious work here, but Cryptix has his number. Link's still been kept safe the entire time. He even had Soulcast by his side. Now a quick jump through the TP. They're off, right? So they both have ulted. Doma and Durka, the D&D combo. Or the double Ds, whatever you prefer. We've got 10 seconds. They need to get a spike plant, but look who's already here. It's Soulcast to catch the cross. The spike is down. 6 seconds on the board. He's going to have to just stick this if he wants it, but you can see a Cryptix Link. They're both closing in. Durka is being scolded and melted down, and he's going to desperately spray on the burst.
No way.
And Cryptix controls the situation, but that got very dangerous very fast.
What a round. Again, just a couple of key 1v1s not going in FNATIC's favor initially, but responded well to, and I gotta say it, Link goes completely unchecked in Hookah once again. It didn't become a factor there, but you gotta argue that maybe that kind of relinquishes some of the control that FNATIC were expecting to have on B site there. Immediately had to call the audible. Durka, first spray just slips through his fingers a little bit, potentially an opportunity to reset there with, I guess, Liquid giving them 2 separate 1v1s, right?
Now,
but Cryptix comes through with a trade.
You're right, and something else I want to talk about. If I'm going to sit there and highlight that Scream was quiet on the first map, I can't ignore the fact that Dirk has also been quiet on this map. They're both highlight players. They can both be game changers, and we have the early ult invested down towards Shower. That's obviously from Viper. We're going to have the dog coming out on this as well. Scream, though, has found a bit more safety in this, and I want to see how he fares with this one. This is all players coming through one direction. Now, high flash to follow. Actually, really nice timing on this. That's going to kind of delay the hit a little bit. Sky was kind of thrown out of sorts, but already there it is. Durka now going to just flash on through, take the space. Scream was still recovering from that, but where is that spike? Is it down? No. Denied. Yampi going to try and keep control on the timing. As Cryptix makes his debut. Going to come through, find Magnum, but gets traded out on good work from Mystic to keep the numbers at least even. They are working with less, so all of these kills are so valuable.
No weapon upgrade, still just relying on that rifle in the hands of Durka here. See if FNATIC actually going to get aggressive on this Boaster. Swings on through, he gets a knife kill on Soulcast, what?
Off the back of the flash as well from Durka, I love that. Get proactive, bring those frenzies into the madness, bring the mayhem out. Mystic, though, this is now him having to resort to this. This is desperation, and now it's Durka. What on earth has just happened?
What? Again, Liquid just last out in the trade-off back and forth, and FNATIC did everything they possibly could to get that round win. That flash through,
Yeah.
and the knife kill, that was actually amazing from Boaster.
That was a big gap to close as well. Like, the player got towards Shower, you know what I mean? Like, Boaster was kind of on default, the flash came in, straight up chased him down.
But worrying hours here if you're a FNATIC fan, trailing by 4 rounds here.
Right there.
A Spectre in the hands of Boaster, rifles across the board elsewhere, Orbital Strike and Seekers available, but they threw a couple of ultimates at that last round to try and secure it. Link again with the judge. Good for one, told you.
Yep, there it is. But now Yampi, he doesn't actually have full freedom. He has to commit to the long side. Seekers are coming down his way. Mystic, he's playing the game. He's trying to buy time to allow them to close the gap on this. Yampi is in trouble, and he knows it. He's being closed in on by 2. If he manages somehow to stay alive, I would lose my mind, but no. Mystic has caught him. And now Liquid looking a little out of sorts on this. Let's see what they do, because how has Cryptix done this? I couldn't imagine him getting away with that, but Durka does find him just before he causes a bigger threat. Soulcast is on the site, and he is going to be noticed. Durka now knows that there's someone either CT or close by, so good information, good fact-finding by the Sky there.
Oh no, Scream's come up back through Hookah here. He's going to find Magnum. Soulcast now playing his life so effectively on site. Mystic swings through. We'll deal with that one. Soulcast now on a 1v2 with the flash is perfect, but Durka going to close things out, finds his 3rd on the round, and FNATIC strike back, preventing Liquid from going to map point. And that could be one of the rounds that turns the tides here. FNATIC got to build up some momentum though. You know, coming into that previous round, a Spectre on the board. It's never nice to see on the purchase round.
B.
Just a couple of things here, I guess, going astray for FNATIC in terms of the early round wins. And I think Liquid actually, defying expectations, I guess, being a little more aggressive on things like Yampi on their operator, right? As a Sova, swinging down to the bottom of B long. Like, it's things like that that you can't anticipate. You cannot anticipate a player doing that on that agent.
Yeah, it's a little strange, isn't it? Like, and the thing is that we saw when Yampi went on Killjoy, it caught us off guard. We were like, well, that doesn't really suit his playstyle, but I mean, I guess maybe he's just found some comfort on this. Maybe this is something he wants to work on. But you know, it's very hard to kind of separate the individual player that Yampi is from the agent sometimes because they don't necessarily mesh playstyle-wise. So I want to see how that kind of unravels in the future. If this doesn't suit him as much, or if it does, see how it kind of, you know, unfolds. I'm not sold yet on the Durka on Sky, if I'm honest. Like, it's the first time I get to see it. You know, this could be them kind of working out that new comp, so I don't want to be too judgy yet. So we'll have to see how the compositions look. Sky feels like a must-have these days, so maybe they feel the Durk is the one to pick it up.
Watch this!
It's actually got something lined up here to go through TP. It's actually going to put Link inside. Well, I know. Do these guys know something I don't? There's so many Guardian purchases through this game.
I mean, I think someone was like, I heard people theory crafting about it. I want to see what Yampi does with this. Let's see what he looks like. How he's faring on this one. Now they cleared the site out. They have lost a player for it. That is Magnum now gone. Doma's going to be the first to stride forward. They seem paranoid about Hookah and right to be as such, but a different approach this time. Look at the pinch through the TP when it comes through. Boaster try to clear through meticulously. They are so conditioned to be worried about Link and that judge. It's not the case. It's the ult from TP. That's what I'm waiting for. So already, the dog's going to go down. It clears out the information on towards the Viper, and that's where they're going to commit it to. And Link's just cleared it out. It ain't a judge, but it's Link still going to come back in, being the guardian of Hookah. Mystic has to get aggressive, but he can't do enough for it. And a great playback through coming out from Liquid.
That was absolutely beautiful by Liquid. The early efforts there to get Link into that position with the orbital strike and single-handedly on the back of the ultimate to pinch through Hookah. That was, I mean, there's nothing FNATIC can do about that. No, literally nothing they can do about that. And
you can see the conditioning, right? And that's perfect. Link is living in their heads rent-free. He's been such a presence towards Hookah with that judge that they have to clear it meticulously. And then he's that next layer up, right? They're playing checkers, he's playing chess. He's on that next step. It's beautiful to watch. Now, at this point, though, at 12-8, we're on the cusp here. FNATIC, I thought there could be momentum. It doesn't look like that's kind of come through at this point.
There's lots of investment here towards Showers to get this early control here. If actually, I mean, it's Boaster really that can benefit from getting that ultimate online. Scream now going to try and re-explore down short on the back of Soulcast. Gets some flashes through, but Doma slips through the net. Durka will find another one as well. Soulcast will respond. Considering the Seekers now, but under a lot of pressure on the back of Triple here, and Durka finally puts him down.
Certainly not over yet. Still some life in them.
Spike planted.
Yampi and Link. What do you fancy? He's got the op. I really think these big players out here going to try and clear the boxes for free. No one's there. I guess a position they don't have to worry about. You can see how paranoid they were about it. Happy to commit a fair bit of time to try and clear. Nothing for their valiant efforts, though, and no one's presenting opportunities.
We'll see that operator here, going to make it very difficult. I don't even think he can really swap that weapon out. So, effectively, this retake sits in the hands of Link, at least to be the initiator. They both opt to sit back in defensive spawn, hold on to these weapons. FNATIC will put themselves up to 10 rounds. Or 9. I looked up, I thought it hadn't changed yet. Obviously already had.
Happens. And I want to give
nearly
credit
a 10.
here as well, though. Like, I do want to highlight, Scream has recovered. It takes... not every player can do it. I mean, Scream is a unique player in his own, right? But the fact he recovered from a bit of a shaky start, a bit of a shaky map 1, he's come back, picked up the pace a fair amount. He's kind of found that comfort here a little bit. It wasn't the dream start that you want. So, good recovery from him. Now, for FNATIC, in this one... 3-2 split towards A. First check done, Soulcast removed. Not much information even off the back of it. I don't even noted Astra there. But at this point, it's going to be the side take now encouraged. They've got that first step in. Scream needs to stand tall, and this does maintain presence enough to dissuade the playthrough shower.
Scream's just going to hop up. This is a dirty angle to swing through on the Cosmic Divide. Look at that. He will boaster, will fall. Great counter to it here. And actually, Viper's bit invested also.
Launching smoke.
FNATIC clutching at this one, still Scream playing just movement games around the map. Just the floor is lava and he's trying to avoid it. And a 3v2 though, Link and Yampi want this over and done with. They want to go in towards the next spin on. Let's have a bit of it. Link, what a way to do so. It's now down to Doma. He does have his ult online. Timing is everything. Link's HP is so low. He's got the inkling as where it may be, but time. There's no way he's got time for this.
Oh my word. Liquid come through. They're going to close things out here. 39 on bind.
Oh, I trusted in Doma there. I thought he had the timing down pat. I thought that was perfect for him, but apparently not the case at all. There was enough time to stick that. And Link, I've got to highlight it now. Let's talk about this too, because we've now had Soulcast and Link both having great performances. I think, again, good to have Scream getting those frags looking individually powerful, but to see Link being that kind of game changer a fair amount. We had obviously Soulcast in map 1 doing that. That's Liquid looking solid, and now obviously we get map 3 on the cards.